Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Today is going to be a different video. So normally you're used to seeing quite a lot of gameplay here or some sort of stream highlights. Today's video is going to be how to turn a standard numpad into an Elgato Streamdeck. Well, kind of a Stream Deck. It does the same thing, more like switching scenes and muting audio sources when you need to. So let's not waste any time and let's jump straight into it. So if you check in the description of the video, there's going to be a few links which I've provided. So the first link is going to be HIDMacros. So this is what the site's going to look like. So we're going to head over onto download and we're going to download version 2.3. So obviously I have one installed currently, which is the one I use for my current setup, but I've just made a second folder on my desktop, and what we're going to do, we're just going to take all the documents inside and we're just going to drag it in. So now that's extracted onto the desktop, so we can close that. And then once you have it, you're going to need to open HIDMacros, right click on it and run as administrator. Now when the window opens, you're going to be greeted with this strange looking window, right? There's a lot of buttons. It looks a bit kind of confusing, but trust me, it's quite simple once you know the process of it. So what we're going to do, we're going to set up our new macro. So let's say, for example, right, I want number 1 on my numpad to be my starting screen. So for the stream, so when I start, I'm going to press number 1. It's going to go to my starting soon screen. So what we do is we click new. So it's going to start a new macro. So I named this starting screen. So it says trigger in the box below. So this is obviously what trigger you want it on. So we're going to click scan. So on my numpad, I'm now going to press number 1. And now that's gone on keyboard 7, key 97, which is the 1. Then you're going to go on to action below. And then you're going to click onto scripted. Again, in the description below, I've put the script that we're going to need to run on this. So instead of just, sending an ordinary keyboard sequence, we're going to send a bit of a time delay, right? This is the script below in the description. If you paste that into the scripted area, right? So it says HIDMacros.SendKeysSlow. In these brackets, F14. So what we're going to do with the numpad is we're going to make a whole bunch of function keys which aren't even on the keyboard. So obviously the standard keyboard ends at F12. So we're going to make keys from F13 to however many we need. So let's start with F13 being our first one. F13, and then 50 is the delay that it's going to add. So it's going to add a 50 millisecond delay from when we click it to sending the command. When you change anything in the script area, do remember to click compile and then save configuration. So what we're going to need to do now is open up OBS, bind it to the hotkey of that scene, and then we need to test it out. So let's jump into OBS and check it. Okay, so once you have your OBS screen open, you're going to head over to File and Settings. Then you want to go over to the Hotkeys tab and then scroll to the scene that you want to change, right? So we want to change my starting screen. So this is my starting screen. So switch to scene. So when I press the trigger, it's going to switch to that scene. So I'm going to press 1 on my numpad and you're going to see it says OBS key F13. So it knows the program is OBS and the key we've pressed is F13 because we've generated a whole new key for this. So you want to head and click apply and then click OK. So let's test it out. So I'm going to press 1 on my numpad and it switched to my starting screen. So this is a real simple process, as you can see. So let's make another one really quickly. Let's head back over to HIDMacros. We're going to click new and then I'm going to go with my end screen this time. So I've typed the name of the screen that I want. My trigger is going to be number 3 this time. So I'm going to click number 3. So we're going to take the script from the previous one. So I'm going to make this one F15. Okay, so F14 is going to be my be right back screen, which is number 2 on the numpad. F15 is going to be number 3. So we're going to click compile, save configuration. And now we need to bind it again. So file, settings. I found my end screen and then switch to scene is going to be number 3. So that's OBS key F15. Hit apply. Hit OK. So let's go to the end screen. And then let's go back to the start screen. And there you go. So the numpad now controls which scenes I jump to. So you can even set it to muting audio devices. You can set it to trigger events on your display. You can really use this as like a mini Stream Deck for a fraction of the price. Just as a warning that you will need to run HIDMacros before you run OBS. And when you load up OBS, make sure you run that also in administrator mode. So both programs need to be run in administrator mode, HIDMacros and OBS. and then you should be good to go. You now have a budget Stream Deck. I'm also going to leave a link in the description for a Photoshop file which is an outline of all the keys on the numpad, and then you can change what the keys are corresponding to whatever you want them to do. For example, on mine I've got like a PC and Discord mute, the screen cap, the PS4 capture, so I'll leave that in the description so you can open it, you can edit yourself, you can put whatever you want on these buttons. If this video has helped you out, please subscribe, drop a comment, share it. I'm going to leave all my social links below, so please do interact with me. My Twitch is going to be there, my Twitter, my Instagram. Jump in the stream someday, maybe we can play some games together, and I'd like to see you guys around. I appreciate you guys for watching, and peace.